Do you think the government did enough to reward the veterans for their service in the war?
Yes, I think the government did a lot. I don't think that there was much debate about that. There was the GI Bill that gave them, had them all come back home, and anyone that wanted to go to college and finish school could go finish school. There, and they would get a monthly stipend and get their housing while they're going to school. There was government housing at numerous campuses throughout the United States. Uh, they got their health care benefits. Uh, there was uh, there was a lot done for that, and then also what really prompted a big boom in the economy back in the U.S. after the war was the housing boom because the GIs were given all these VA loans where they could get into houses where nothing down, and communities cropped up all over the United States. So the government did a great job for the veterans.
How did you feel about becoming involved in the United Nations and demands such membership might involve?
Yeah, I thought I was a supporter of us getting into the United Nations. There were people thinking that we were giving up too much power and giving up too much sovereignty. I think it was a smart move to have the UN headquarters in New York City and for us to be involved in the UN. And as we can see, the UN to this day is developing. It still isn't developed to what it should be, but it's developing to be a real worldwide uh, uh, place or where people and countries can debate differences, and we can have the UN act as a mediator or negotiator to put out a lot of small fires.
At the end of the war, did you anticipate future wars, or did it seem to you that countries would find other means of settling conflicts?
Well, at the end of World War II, the history books tell us that at the end of World War I, they said that was the war to end all wars. And then here we are involved in World War II. So World War II came along and we said, oh, there can't be any more destruction other than World War II. It was just phenomenal. And the effect that it had on us domestically, we thought there can't be any more wars. This is it. We've got to stay out of wars, and we can't, mankind has to find a way to not have any more wars.
All right, Papa, thank you for your time.
Okay,
And
let me add one thing. I want to tell you one more thing, and a question that isn't down there. What effect World War II had on us in the United States? 'Cause we sent a lot of people overseas, and a lot of people died, and a lot of them were wounded and disabled. But the war effort here was fantastic because we didn't have much of a manufacturing or a military arsenal when World War II broke out. And we had factories that went into session 24 hours a day, assembly lines. We started building bombers, ships, fighter planes. We had women working in factories, the night shifts. Here in San Diego, down there at Convair, the buildings are still there, where they had shifts going all the time. And they had the glass ceilings, not glass, but some type of see-through opaque ceilings. Those were all painted black. They had camouflage over those buildings in San Diego, so they wouldn't be seen or attacked from the air. So San Diego played an important role. We still have bunkers out at Point Loma where we had artillery pieces, so that if the enemy came and attacked us here, we would have the artillery and we could start shooting at them. So, and then everybody that had a son in the war had a silver star that they hung up in their windows. Everybody that lost a son had a gold star hung up in their windows, and gas was rationed, sugar was rationed. There was no Women, there was no making nylon stockings for women because all the nylon was being used for the war effort. Bubble gum was unavailable. That was really something. Couldn't get gum. A lot of the things that we used at home, we couldn't get. There'd be lineups for gasoline. Gasoline was rationed, and you got so many gallons a week, depending upon whether you had an A, B, or C card, and what your need was for a car. So, and then automobiles were not manufactured between 41 and 46 due to the water. So there was quite an effect here in the United States by the war.
Well, Papa, thanks for your time and your experiences in World War II.
Okay, Nick, happy to share them with you.
Thanks.